Hello, dear friends. I am trying something different today. We're filming outside because my house is a crazy zone right now. We have a lot of people in it. We are preparing for a wedding on Thursday for my oldest son and my beautiful new daughter-in-law. So I will be filming outside for the next few days. I hope it's not too noisy with the background noise, kids playing outside. But I thought it was a perfect time to get outdoors because we live in Georgia, it's in the 70s and it's beautiful. And this workout today, I'm doing for those of you who might be recovering from COVID or any nasty flu that you just are tired of being in bed with and you want to try to get up and do something. I know what this was like. In July, I had COVID and I was on the couch for an entire 10 days with nausea, and my days consisted of trying to force myself to eat. And I just felt terrible. It was the worst time. So it was 10 straight days on the couch and I was so tired, and I know what that COVID tired feels like, so you're probably dealing with that. I could sleep all day long during COVID, and I even continued to take naps for months and months after my COVID. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It takes a long time to recover. It takes a long time to get back. Doing little things every single day, like this little workout, is something you can do to get yourself back on track. I try to take a walk every single day, even as bad as I felt on COVID. I tried to get outdoors and in the sun a little bit, and it was just a very small walk. So as much as you could get out in the sun, that would be good for you and your spirits. I think it would lift your spirits. But I'm going to show you a very small exercise, a full body workout, and I'm going to read you this verse. Psalm 118, 13 through 14. I was pushed back and about to fall, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. So this reminds me of one particular client that I have. She has done such a great job this entire year. Her transformation has been amazing. But she is just now at the 14th day of her COVID recovery, and she's so worried she's going to not be able to get back to where she was before we started. But I know that once you've started putting the muscle in, it'll come back. It's just, you have to be patient, you have to give yourself grace, and you just have to do a little bit at a time, baby steps, and stay consistent. So we're gonna start with a stretch. So if you have been on the couch for a while, you might need a stretch. So we're gonna start with a downward dog stretch. And I want this downward dog stretch to be mostly for stretching your lats. So we're gonna go on all fours and press back. Come to all fours and press back. All right, all fours, press back. So we're just giving our lats a stretch here. And if you're feeling up to it, then you can keep your hands underneath your shoulders and come up into downward dog, and try to get your calves down because this is going to be a nice calf stretch. So now you're going to incorporate a calf stretch and a lat stretch together. And just give yourself, and I like to do some active stretching. So if you are able to go into plank, you'll go into plank, into your downward dog. Plank and downward dog. Plank and downward dog. Now we're going to look through our hands and step through, and we're going to do a hip flexor stretch and a hamstring stretch. So hip flexor, hamstring, hip flexor, hamstring, hip flexor, hamstring. We'll do one more on this side, and then we'll switch. All right, hip flexor, hamstring. If you've been a couch potato like you probably have had to be because of COVID, your muscles are probably so tight, so you need to do some stretching like we are right now. Hip flexor and hamstring. All right, now we're gonna stand up and work those adductors. So we're just gonna keep our feet, we're gonna start with our feet together. We're gonna step out more than hip distance, feet parallel, and then push back side to side, just trying to stretch out these adductors. All right, and now we're gonna do our upper neck muscles. And you want your hands to be like this. All right, so now we are going to try for a push-up. Because a full body workout, you need to include some sort of push. So our push is going to be easy on the knees push-ups, okay? So we're gonna take it down and up. Now a good full body workout should also have a rotation. So I like to do a push-up into a rotation. That way you're getting a push and a rotate at the same time. Push and rotate. Push and rotate. If you're able to do this on your toes, feel free to do regular push-ups, but I am thinking that you're probably weak right now from your COVID recovery, and I don't want to push you too hard, because any movement is better than no movement at all. All right, so now we need to do a pull. So you have different options. This might seem silly to do a hinge and a row with no weights at all, but if you squeeze your back muscles together, even with your own body weight, you are going to get some muscles contracting on that. So you can do some of that depending on how weak you are. If you're a little bit stronger, you can try to do a Renegade Row on your knees. And this one will help with your balance. Now, I know, and then maybe I want to show it from all angles so you can see what I'm doing here. We're just doing one arm at a time, like that. And then, if you're a little bit stronger, or a lot of it stronger, you're gonna do your Renegade Row from a plank, like this. But it's fine to start off here. You are just working on getting your strength back, okay? So this is your pull. And I know I've been talking, so I just want you to try to get in 10 reps of each movement. Now a press, this might seem silly too, but it feels good. It feels good to do this. So you might not have any weights here, so it might seem silly, but here's a press, and you're alternating, and depending on how fast you do it, you're gonna get your heart rate up too, especially if you haven't been doing much lately. So this can work for you as a press as you're getting your strength back. Okay, and then if you had dumbbells, you can, by all means, use your dumbbells and just do a regular press, or really use your body weight and press your arms up like that. Or if you want to even get more muscles involved on your press, back to that downward dog into a push-up. So a downward dog is a press for your shoulders, because anytime you're putting yourself into a handstand situation, you are using your shoulder muscles, and that's a press. And you also, if you're feeling strong enough, can do this sort of thing. And then you'll be using more strength for your shoulders. So, or you can come to your knees and come back up, come to your knees and come back up into your downward dog. So those are your options for the press part of your workout. So we did the push, we did the pull, we did the press, we did the rotation with our push-up. Now we're going into squat. So with our squat, you want to stand with your hips, with your feet hip distance apart, and you want to push those hips back. You want to keep your heels down. Don't let your heels pop up. So we don't want to do this in our squat. None of that. So you want to keep your heels down, push your butt back as far as you can go, and come back up. So you're just going to do some air squats here. So 10 air squats. If you're new to squats, you can just sit onto a chair or a couch. Just sit down and come back up. Sit down and come back up, and make sure you're pressing through your glutes and your heels as you sit down and come back up. So that's 10 squats. And then we're going to do some lunges. So a lunge that I really like, and it's pretty much safe for everybody to do, is a split stance. So again, you want your feet hip distance apart. So I would probably see me better this way. So sometimes people do this split squat and they go like they're on a balance beam, and that makes it a lot more difficult. So if you step hip distance apart and then take your foot back hip distance apart, then you will have a lot better balance. But I'll show it to you from the side. So hip distance apart, step back, and then you're just taking that knee straight down and straight up. Straight down and straight up. Straight down, straight up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Split squats are rather strenuous, so they should be getting your heart rate up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I also don't like my workouts to all go in one direction. I want to make sure that there's all different directions going on in every workout that I do. So that's why I like to include a curtsy lunge. So that gets you to work in a frontal plane. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to do a transverse plane of motion. So you're going to start with your body facing forward, but then you're going to turn to the corner and lunge and come back. Turn and lunge. So you can make this as simple or as difficult as you want it, depending on, it could just be a small lunge, or it could be a full lunge with reach. All right, we're going to take it to the other side. So start with the feet facing forward and then turn diagonally, working your transverse plane of motion. 2, 3, 4. If you have dumbbells, you can add dumbbells and do bicep curls. You can do the bicep curl when you come up from your lunge, like this too. Or you can just do it as I'm doing it and just squeeze those biceps without any weight. All right, are you keeping track of what number we're on? Because I think we have 2. And 1 more. All right, we're on our last movement, which is our hinge. So we're going to do a movement I've never shown you yet. It's a single leg deadlift with a Pnf pattern. I do not know what Pnf stands for at the top of my head because the word is about this long. So we're gonna go into 1 leg up, push those hips back into a hinge. This isn't a squat. So we're not squatting, we're hinging. Maybe let me get my balance. I know you're getting your balance because I really feel like COVID messed the heck out of my balance. I used to have stupendous balance and I'm still struggling with my balance since July. All right, so this is what it looks like from the front. You're gonna take your hand down and up to the diagonal. Down and up to the diagonal. Now, if I edited this and make this perfect, you would think that I don't struggle with balance and that I have perfect balance, but that's not true. I struggle with balance, so I'm going to show you how I struggle to get through this workout. And I know if you are recovering from COVID, you're going to be really struggling. You're tired, you might still be feeling sick, you are just completely worn out, your balance is all out of whack. You might be losing hair like I did. My hairball went from like at least triple my little hairball that I had when I would wash my hair. Went to about this big every day. I didn't know how I was gonna have any hair left, but I started taking some collagen in my coffee every morning, and I think it helped. And what am I, 6 months out from my hair's finally not, I'm back to my regular hairball now. Am I just rambling like crazy? What kind, if you have recovered from COVID, what kind of symptoms did you have? I did not have a cough at all. No cough. The year before I had COVID, I thought for sure I had COVID and I was getting tested constantly because I had a cough for 2 months that would never go away. And it turned out I was allergic to grass. But that's never happened in my life. So then I finally get COVID and didn't have 1 stitch of a cough. I just had horrible nausea, which was no fun at all, and a bad headache. I lost my taste and smell for maybe 2 days. And I was so tired. I've never known tired like that before. All right, so that is a full workout that you can do and hopefully get yourself feeling better. You can start with 1 circuit. I know when I was coming back from COVID, I tried to do a 4 circuit workout and I made it through barely 1. So whatever you can do is better than nothing. So give yourself 1 circuit. If you're feeling better the next day or whatever, try to do 2 circuits and then try to do 3. But those are all the movement patterns that you should be doing in your different ranges of motion. I'll give you, here's another one. This is an ab workout that everybody should be doing. So this is to add on. So we did your pattern of movement. So now let's add a dead bug. So if you are not flexible enough to take your feet up to the air like this, you can keep your knees bent. You're gonna slide out 1 leg and the opposite hand. Bring it back up to center. Slide out and up. And if you've been following this 100 days, we should have already gone over dead bug. Now, if you're more flexible, then you can put your feet up in the air, like here, and then opposite arm, opposite leg. If you're new to dead bug, I say try to get to 10. If you have strong abs, then definitely get to 20. right? And that is our dead bug. And I am going to have us turn around into a downward dog for another lat stretch. We're going to bring one arm under the other, rest our ear on our mat. A nice stretch like this. Back to center. And back over. All right, well, I pray for you that you will be feeling better and better every day, and that you're able to get stronger through this workout, and give yourself grace, and don't be hard on yourself, and don't expect too much too quickly. So I will see you tomorrow with another workout or workout move. I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.